So if Zadarius is Instagramming some, I don't know, some vague, maybe coming back soon things,
Sure.
what's he been like privately behind the scenes? Is he itching pretty good to get back?
Yeah, I mean, all those guys do. They all want to come back, sooner than what they want. It's gonna be up to Flea and Goody when he's ready to roll and how he feels. I think he's just eager, he's excited. I'm sure he is feeling better, but he's still got some time to go. We're playing good ball, and we're on a good football team, and so he sees everybody having fun and having a good time, and he wants to join it. So he's still got to be smart about it, and obviously we can't wait till he gets back, but you just got to take his time and make sure when he's back for good.
Whenever he gets cleared, you're not a fortune teller, I understand, but how long would it take a guy who's played a lot of football to get back to being ready?
It'll take some time. I mean, right now, when he does come back, and wherever that may be, there's not going to be a lot of time. We're getting close towards the end of the season and playoffs, so we're going to have to push it pretty quick. But you got to remember, he didn't do hardly anything in training camp, and then about 10 snaps in that first game. And so, even he's been working hard with his conditioning and stuff like that. It's different when you get on the football field, and this is still a new defense for him. Not doing training camp much. Did a little bit of OTAs, in that week, and so there's still that part of just getting the mental reps, and I get that he's played, 7 years or 6 years where he's at, but it'll take time, but at least again, but like you said, he's old enough, he knows how to rush the quarterback. I'll never put him in situations where he won't succeed. He'll know exactly where he's doing, and I'll make sure that he's in a spot where I won't let him, I should say, fail.
So when you saw what Rashan did to his elbow, I mean, it didn't look good. Like, how long do you think he, like, seriously?
I thought for a while, because I saw it on the replay, and it was bad. Then after the game, I ran upstairs to look, and that's the thing about Rashan, he's tough, but there's not a lot of guys that would have came back. He got really lucky. I said a long prayer on the way home, driving from the game. I told God, break my other arm, wrist, I don't care, leg, I'll take it, get his butt back. So if I show up with a broken arm, I think God answered it. But just glad he's okay. I mean, he's a tough kid. I mean, he sat out a week and came out and played. There's not a lot of guys that'll do that. I know he's in a lot of pain, and he's tough. We all know that, and how much he loves football. So thank God he's playing well, and he's okay. That would have been a bad one.
What have you thought of Tipa in his 2 games?
Sure. Thought he's done some good things. Obviously, thought he could play better last week or a couple weeks ago. But again, he's another guy that has been practicing well, been doing good things, smart, been with me for a couple years. But now he's getting game reps. Like you talk about, how long does it take? I mean, when you're out there practicing, you're doing good things, but those bullets are flying and those lights are on and stuff. And so it's a different game. And I think you see him making some plays and having fun and stuff. And I'm really excited for when he, I'm talking about like Rashan when he's younger, all these guys. The more you play, the better you get. It's anything in life that you do. The more I stand up here and talk to you guys, the better I'm going to get at it. Probably not, but should get better at it. And so I think with Tipa, I know there's something in there. And I think we got a decent eye of seeing talent and seeing talent in different people. They bring different things to the table. And with him, he's a slippery type rusher, that we don't have. All our guys are big and strong, which is good. We're built on a lot of stuff like that. But he brings something to the table. He's good in space. I'm excited the more that he plays, the more you guys get to see what kind of player he is.
Mike, you've always been good from a podium, first and
Really?
foremost. Yeah, you've always
Appreciate that.
You set the bar high from the start. With
My wife gives me
Rashan,
a rough time. She says I'm not. So
with Rashan, we've talked a lot about his work ethic and his talent. When he first got here, like right off the bat, he was dominating people as a rookie in one-on-ones. I mean, you can see the talent. It just took a while for it to transition to 11-on-11, and it really, obviously, seems to have done that.
Sure.
Why do you think that he's hit that next step and that he's ascending to a new level here?
yeah, and thinking about that, like I was saying earlier, with when we first got here at the one-on-ones, you see it. You got just a one-on-one in your practice. There's not a lot of pressure out there. He's probably going against a younger guy too, some of those rookies and stuff, and he's a great athlete. He's just beating them off the edge. You know, you're not worried about chip blocks, situational football, you know, so many factors, you know, national television, all that stuff. And when you start putting everything in, now you start putting in the game plan, right? You got multiple defenses up, all this stuff's up. It takes a while, you know, and so it just, you know, Rashan deserves all the credit. He puts the time in, you know, like I've always said, a night won't go by where he won't text me about something. Just shot me a text, make sure I put this cut up on there, you know. So he puts the work in and practice and at night, and he truly every day finds something to get better at. And that's why I challenge those guys. And it's no fake, phony, I'm trying to be a teacher's pet type deal. It's not. It's not. He takes everything I give him, everything, every little detail is written down, and he takes it right to the game. And so, still things we got to improve on, but couldn't be more prouder than him. You know, every day he does something where I'm like, he's getting it. And he's getting it, and he's getting it, and he's one of those guys that once he does it a couple times and he feels it and he sees it and looks at it and walk through it and do it again, it's pretty good. So it still gives me goosebumps when I see him every day. So very fortunate to have him. A lot of guys in my room.
As he's ascending, how far could that go? How good could he be?
He's still got a lot of room to grow, a bunch. Like I said, he's still learning. You know, his elbow will be a little bit of a setback on some things, you know, for how we rush. All my guys, you know, we try to put the fear of God. We don't try, we do. We're gonna put the fear of God in you, of our power. Everybody asks me, what do you look for in a rusher? Relentless. It's the number one thing. That's what I look for. You make those guys fear you, everything else in that book will open up move-wise. And so, you know, when you only have one arm, you know, it tells you how strong he was. He was taking, you know, tackle back last week with just one arm. And that's our long arm. But sometimes you go 2 into 1, but I don't get in that. But so that'd be a little bit hiccup, but he's feeling great. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that he can continue to get better at. When you stop learning, you're done. You're done. You know, you think you've got the same thing as a coach, and you know, I think it's about him. He's, you know, I'll do a new drill here or there, you know, different things in the meeting room, and he's just always hungry and just wants more and more. And so he's got a very high ceiling. Like I said, from day one when I walked in here, when we drafted him, I said, watch out. Watch out. I know what kind of person he is. We all know the athlete. And still, I mean, he hasn't even scratched the surface yet, how good this joker's going to be. So hopefully I'm around for many years to see it. If not, I'll always be there watching him because he's going to be special. You guys will be very happy one day when this is all said and done with him.
Sack, I think it was the strip sack where he kind of got low and bent around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that something that's when he's like improved his flexibility, or two, is that a move that he's worked on? Because I don't remember him.
Yeah, that was just the top of our rush. So if you guys heard sometimes at practice, I got that orange hoop.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, it's very important when you get to the top of your rush, that bend. We call it the final push. That lineman's going to give you that final push. And so, you know, you'll see those hoop, those guys will run it. But I'll do different things with it. It's 4 yards where our tackle set line is. You know, and I'll get me or Gray. Right now it's been Gray. He's been injured, and he's a lot bigger than me. But we'll lock arms and have him lean on it, on the top of that rush. And then we'll just work moves off of it. We'll work all of our moves, you know, our stab swipe, scissors, all that stuff, picking up the towel, getting low, right? Because that's a lot of things that I look for, even in the combine and stuff. You know, there's so much things. They want to look at the 40 and all that stuff. How fast are they at the top of their rush when they bend? You know, a little, I don't know what they call that drill at the combine, that little 4-square pop-up deal. You know, start one and they bend and get around. I want to see how fast they can get to that spot, because it's usually about 4 yards. And that's usually where the tackle is at, his set line, we call it. So I want to see how fast he can get to there, to the other side, and bend it. And so that's, any move that you have that you do is that we call our decision point, that bend that you do at the top of your rush. And so he had just a great get off, got underneath him. Again, it's the things he just continues to work on. You know, I think we did 2 drills today to work on our bend and getting ready for that final push, not allowing him to push us by the quarterback. That's what he did. I think he's been, you know, one of the best in the room, actually. Preston's been like that for a while, good with it. But that's another thing. I mean, there's so much into pass rush. I wish you guys, maybe this offseason can't say we can sit with the 30-pack of beer, but maybe we can. Who cares? And we can go over and show you exactly how detailed things are and how long it really does take to teach somebody the proper way to rush a quarterback. I wish it was just as easy as lining up and and just going off the edge. It's not. And so, but yeah, it was great by him to finish the play. If that answers your question, I know it's kind of it's hard to explain some of that stuff sometimes.